Hi, it's Nancy. It's time of year to talk about the business plans. So let's talk about the business plans. I know, boring stuff, right? Well, we don't want it to be boring. Let's make it a little more exciting. I have some ways to make it exciting for myself and exciting for you, okay? So let's get right into that. I'm going to ask myself some questions, and you can ask yourself these questions if you want. In what area do I want to improve the most? Is it business, personal, financial? Is it all three? Pick all of those and say, okay, what area in financial do I want to improve in the most? Or growing my business, what area do I want to improve in the most? What do I want to improve in health wise the most? What do I want to improve in relationship wise the most? And so, what steps am I willing to take to get there? Would be my next question to myself. What steps am I willing to take to get there? Am I willing to get up earlier in the morning? Am I willing to keep a tighter schedule of my day? What am I willing to do? Am I willing to be a little bit more disciplined? Am I willing to read better books or read books more to find inspiration for carrying on? And what thing can I do to make it fun? How am I going to make it fun? Because we want to have fun, right? Girls want, I just want to have fun. Do you remember that song? Maybe not because that's an old song, but I think that was by Cyndi Lauper, and she was a girl who liked to have fun. So we want to make it fun. So let's make it fun. So one thing that we do to make it fun, or that I've done to make it fun, is I did a vision board workshop a couple of years ago. And to me, that was fun. Hopefully that would be fun to you. You can do it in a group. You can do it with one other person. You can do it over Zoom now if you want to be careful not to be around too many other people. But what did we do? We decided we looked through magazines, lots of magazines, cut out pictures of what we wanted to accomplish. And this was supposed to be a year, but I think it's better to have a 5-year vision board because I'm looking at my vision board that I did 2 years ago, and some of the things I accomplished, and some of them I didn't. I didn't give myself enough time. Some of these things were things that take longer than a year to do. So instead of just doing a business plan on a piece of paper, I suggest doing a 5-year vision board or a 5-year vision, even if you just write down the words. But a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? I'm looking at this picture of me sitting on the beach in a lounge chair. That's a nice picture. That's fun. I liked that. I have a picture of a new kitchen over here. Okay, I got that partially accomplished, but not all the way. I had a lady here that says I lost 35 pounds. Okay, I lost 12. I think I need to take it the rest of the way. There's a picture of a little girl who was in the Children's Miracle Network, and I wanted to have a higher purpose for the kids. And we have done some of those things for the kids, but I want to do much more, and I wasn't specific enough about that. So I need to be more specific. A state of mind, I'm normally in a very good state of mind, and I practice that every day. This week I've been a little frustrated, and I think it's because I got off the YouTube bandwagon when I committed to doing a lot of YouTube videos to help my fellow realtors. So I've been feeling the frustration of that. So this morning I decided, okay, I'm up at 5 a.m. writing my YouTube, what I'm going to do that day, and then videoing it before 9 a.m. when all of my meetings start. So I'm going to conquer that, I promise you. I see a big number for financial here, and that definitely is going to take the full 5 years, maybe a little longer. And then I had gardening over to the side, which I did. I think I'm over gardening. I think I'm going to go back to, I take that off my vision board. But anyway, you get the idea. A vision board is what you want it to be, where you want to be 5 years from today. And if you can picture that, either in putting pictures on a board or picture that in your mind as a practice, it's so much fun to keep going toward that direction. Just keep moving in the direction. James Clear wrote a book called Atomic Habits. And the atomic habit is you get a 1% better at what you're doing every day. So if you have your vision in front of you for 5 years and you remember that one thing, just get 1% better each day at it, I think it will help. Now you get down to the business planning portion, and usually that's your financial goal for 1 year. So you know where you want to be in 5 years. What do you want to accomplish within the next year in your real estate or in your personal or whatever? So a lot of you now have already, okay, I'm making a living in real estate, and some of you, I'm making a really good living in real estate. So we get to a point where, well, it's not as fun as it used to be, or it's not as challenging, and I've kind of gotten a little to a level that I'd like to get above it, but I'm so comfortable. So what do you do then? What do you do when you're comfortable making the amount of money? Maybe you look at, okay, what could I do and envision, what could I do with a lot more? Okay, maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's for someone else. Maybe it's for your community. But let's make something tangible in our mind about what we would feel like if we could do some of the things we can't do now because we're limited by dollars. We're always limited by time. We're also limited by dollars. So what could we accomplish if we wanted to? So make that part of your 5-year vision board or your 5-year vision. So back down to the 1 year and say, okay, what am I going to put aside this year? How much money, where am I going to put it? Am I going to invest it in real estate? Am I going to invest it in the stock market? Am I going to put it in an annuity? What am I going to do? So if you're to that point where you have income more than what you make, don't level up your spending level to the amount you're making now, because that doesn't really serve a purpose, or maybe it does, but for me it doesn't. So I'm looking at, well, what can I do that's worthwhile by continuing in my business, continuing in my worthwhile business to help others? What more can I do? How can I give back? And I have agents in our company coming to me now and say, let me help give back because I've done so well. That's a great place to be, but it's a little confusing sometimes from a standpoint of how do I move forward over that. So if you look back in your life 5 years and see what you've accomplished, it could be a great deal more than you think on a daily basis. So pat yourself on the back, write that down, look at today and say, okay, here I am today. This is where I've made it so far. Now, 5 years in the future, give myself some clarity there before you do your 1-year business plan. And then in the next video, we'll talk about the 1-year business plan. But please, this will help you. It goes into your subconscious, especially when you write it down and make a picture of it. Both of those things are going to help you. Now, you've got to keep that in the forefront for the next year by creating a business plan that matches what you want to accomplish in your 5-year goal. So it can be 1/5, it can be 1/10, it could be starting new systems. Systems are good, so remember that word. It's a magic word these days, systems. So what systems can I create in my business plan for the next year that are going to help me to achieve where I'm going to be in 5 years? Here's the future. It's sitting right in front of me. What am I going to make of it? What am I going to make of the future for myself, my family, the people I serve? What am I going to do? And what am I going to have in 5 years that I can do that with? That's a big thing. And if you write it down, make your pictures, I think you're going to be very happy with the result. And yes, the world changes every day. We know that. But if you have the path and if you have the map and the picture at the end of it, you're going to have little zigzags along the way. We all have zigzags. I got a lot of zigzags. And the world changes, but we know where we're headed. We know our goal, and we'll be so very accomplished when we get there. More so than if we didn't do this exercise. Much more so. I wish you the very best, and I'm excited to see your 5-year vision board. Or just call me and tell me what your 5-year plan is. I'd love to hear it. Take care. Have a great day.